Yeah, arbitrary spoiler warning. I'm gonna talk about the whole game, so yeah, it's a good game. Play it yourself. Don't let me ruin it for you. But yeah, characters, I love them, so I'm just gonna make a tearing about them. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty simple, all things considered. Well, I say simple again. I really like YS Monstrum, so YS Nordics, not YS Monstrum. Adol. He easily goes in faves. I loved so many scenes with Adol. There were so many scenes with Adol that were just so peak. The one where he almost got where he got mortally wounded, and then him being in that like dark void, him saying not yet, my journey's just only begun. I like that moment. Such a cool moment. Another moment obviously would be like him fighting Karja, or him not wanting to, and like him being there for Karja when she like got like the second one. So cute. I loved it. And yeah, Adol this time around is absolutely peak. I genuinely just love that all. There's so many good moments with that all, and I just absolutely loved it. Ashley, he gets in this like he doesn't deserve it, but his side quests are absolutely dumb. In where, oh hey, guess what? There's 7 points of interest, but only one of them actually progresses the side story, and I just got annoyed after like the last one, and it's like I did not care for his like sea life side story, and I don't even know what he's about anymore, because I literally just skipped all of it, because I'm just like I was just done with him. Cruz goes in neutral. This is gonna happen with like a lot of like the youth brigade kids. They're not too interesting, at least their plot lines. It's just like they're kind of like, if they were done more, then yeah, sure. And Cruz is kind of one of them. Cruz is like, the one. He wants to be a shipwrecker. His dream was being a shipwrecker, and his father being like, yo, yeah, no, you gotta pick up the trading, and you have that dichotomy that I just like didn't really care for. Like that struggle, I didn't really care for. Dogi also goes in neutral. I don't know if Dogi will ever get in like tier for these YS games. He's like a chill dude. Like again, he doesn't do anything really, or there's nothing that stands out to me. I'm like, oh yeah, like yeah, he's a partner in crime, or partner with Adol, but like again, he doesn't really do anything. The plot reveal of him being like Lila was kind of interesting, but again, it's just like he's not doing anything. Dr. Flair is kind of in the same aspect, in where he's like kind of just there at the moment. You probably do need to play like the previous game to really like appreciate Dr. Flair, but like he has like some interesting moments, to say the least, where it's just like, yeah, okay, sure, I guess, but again, it's not like too like impactful for me, to say the least. But yeah, either gets in like, he probably doesn't deserve like, because he himself as a character isn't like too interesting. Like, he doesn't have that many like, he doesn't like have a moment specifically of him that I can remember, but his moment was like his final affinity was Karja, in where Karja's like, wait, no, what, don't go. Like I found that like really cute, and so it's obviously more of a moment for Karja, but since Ezer was kind of a reason for that, I'll just have him in like tier. So yeah, Grenn unfortunately gets in neutral. He probably deserves don't care, but I can talk about him a bit. So yeah, but he definitely does go in like don't care, all things considered. He was just that archetype of character that I never particularly enjoy or like. He's kind of like that like goofball that tries his best, and that's basically it. It's just like I don't particularly like it, especially when he like tries to like beg and whatnot, like, oh please Adol, give me the choice of the mana. And then also with it like Lila as well, he also tried it with Lila. It's just like I don't really like it. And yeah, again, I really just don't like these type of character archetypes, because it's like, but why? I just don't. Grimson goes in neutral. He was going to be like, until chapter 10 happened, where it is obviously revealed that Grimson was kind of like helped edge along Karja becoming Rollo, where it's just like, oh no, because he really did have like some cool moves. Obviously his like introduction wasn't that bad, and then his like battle sequence was like a dog Karja, pretty nice, and then him just like like relatively speaking, being kind of like just that chill, like terrible father, don't get me wrong, but like chill leader, you know, I liked him. And then, you know, and then he did that to Karja, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, Grimson, would you go in neutral because of that? Because F that. Hugo goes in neutral. I don't know what you want me to say. It's another anthropomorphic animal companion that we have. He's just like, Ka! And that's it. But like, he had like a decent amount of screen time, so I was giving him neutral because why not? Yours good to dislike only because he mortally wounded my Adol, and that is the only reason you're going in dislike. All things considered, I didn't particularly care about yours at all. Like the character archetype she pulls is kind of like cocky, entitled, and villain, which is like I don't particularly like care for at all. But yeah, but because you hurt my Adol, you go and dislike just because of that. And let's go with the main star of this show, Karja. It's tough. Basically, Adol and Karja are pretty much interchangeable for me. I think both of them are really good. Karja, obviously this is more focused on Karja because Adol is in a lot of games, but yeah, Karja's had so many good moments, Again, her barring with Adol, I thought all those moments were super good. Like her being a berserker, I loved her like kind of like awkward state where she, you know, got kind of mad at like Adol for like hitting a rock. I really like that awkward moment. It's just like, it was a really cute moment. And obviously, I wish we got to see more of like awkward or shy Karja. Obviously, it doesn't make sense with her personality, but still, again, I really like. Some other ones would definitely be, you know, her punching Grimson, you know, be like, hey, get over here. You know, again, there's just so many things I just love this like Karja, and I'll do more after my afterthoughts. But yeah, Lila goes in like, she's chill. Yeah, she's chill. She's kind of just like that, like morally good spirit or like spirit guide. She doesn't do too much until the final sequence, pretty much, where she's just kind of like, oh hey, do this, do that, or like, you know, follow me. She's kind of just like the spirit guide answering questions and just being there. But again, that last sequence, the ending was pretty good, and I do like her mermaid design. That is a really beautiful design. Logr gets in love. I also love Logr. You don't see it a lot, but I do like his personality, which is like, oh, it's my turn to make your saga even grander. Like, I don't know. I really have a soft spot for like that type of archetype where Logr is kind of just there, chilling, and just wants to like observe. I really do like that. And then obviously, you know, him, and he's like, oh, I hope I penned my way into your saga. You know, it's like he's kind of just a chill dude that just like wants to see stuff play out. You know, I really did like that. So yeah, Mirabel, another person in the youth brigade. She's fine. Again, she is literally given like one scene, relatively speaking. Her max affinity was just like with her father, and it's just like, yeah, sweet. Sorry, like I don't particularly care. And again, Mirabel isn't done too much. I'll talk more about like with my clothing thoughts or with my thoughts about the game, but Mirabel is kind of just like not too impactful, all things considered. Ozer also gets into love too. I loved Ozer with the whole calm that, you know, some of my favorite moments being like, oh, why did my body tremble with jubilation? Like, I don't know why they said jubilation, or they chose jubilation. That's so funny. It was like, oh, to imagine all battle would be such climactic. I forget the line because it's been a hot second, but like I loved Ozer, and you know, him giving that Serpent's tattoo to Adol. Oh man, Adol looked clean in that. But yeah, I also have a soft spot for like when they do the character archetype right. It's just people with that just want to battle, and I really did love Ozer. You know, Ozer like Adol Christian. You know, I just like it. You know, he was a really fun. He was a really good antagonist for me because I really did like him. So yeah, Phylleia goes in neutral. She has a fight scene with Karja, and I like that fight scene against Phylleia and Karja. Other than that, she's not like, she doesn't really, she really doesn't do anything too impactful. Again, I like the 2v2 with like Gunna and like Gunna Phylleia versus, you know, like Adol Karja. I like that as well. But personally, she doesn't do anything. Calf also goes in neutral. I believe his name is Calf. He's a part of the Youth Brigade, and his story I just didn't really care for. Where the story like, oh yeah, he became a mercenary. You know, his father's a drunk. His younger sibling died because of his father being drunk. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Don't particularly care, to say the least. The next one though, Rollo. Oh, Rollo, man. He was such a chill dude. Old man. So there's old man and Rollo. They're obviously the same person. So, but they are just a bit different. But I'd rather not include the old man. But the old man, you know, when he was just chilling with Adol on like Viewpoint Island, I really did enjoy those moments where he's just like, Adol, or you know, and then Adol's trying to help, and you know, he says, thank you, Adol. Like I really like that, and then you know, and then you get a little like foreshadowing if you play the game, like he was like, the moment is wiped. And you know, him explaining like his beliefs, I really like that. The old man, again, really chill. And then Rollo, Rollo, so the bloody scene, it was absolutely like genuinely peak. I absolutely loved it. He's like, hard spells. Well, it's a good thing 2 young stouts like, it's a good thing my 2 opponents are 2 young stouts like yourself. And then like my favorite scene / dialogue with him was during the combat where he like Hosby and he like, nay, I'd go as far as say hello to me, please. I love that. That was such a sick line, and it's just like such a sick line. I absolutely loved it. I think the ending sequence was absolutely fucking cinema and peaked. It was so beautiful. I really did like it. So yeah, Mirabel, the last person of the Youth Brigade. Did I say Mirabel? Oh god, Rosa. She also goes, no, actually, whoopsie daisy. She doesn't. She gets into light tier. Well, Rosa gets into light tier because I liked the moment where she, you know, kind of like hostages Grenn and Cruz and just jumps in the water. And then, you know, Rosa tricking Adol like, hey, could you lend me a hand? And then that Adol scene, absolutely peak. You know, offering the hand. That was a really cute sequence of events, all things considered. But again, that's like kind of the only moment she gets. Like, sure, she's like mad about like Phylleia when she first saw her, but then realizing what Phylleia did, and then she's just like, oh yeah, and with the backstory about the parents and the inn, it's like, okay, kind of sweet. Unfortunately, I don't care. But yeah, that's mostly all the people that I could somewhat talk about. The rest of these people is, now we're going to go into the rapid fire of the people I don't particularly care for, just because their story isn't too interesting, or like I really just did not care at the moment. Clement, I didn't care. He was Grenn's father, and he was just like, he was too unreasonable at times, where he's just like, oh yeah, this and that. Kohan, I have no idea what his story actually was. I know it's connected to Amelia, and that is it. What was her name? Miletta, and that's it. But he's like a coward or something like that. Komanani, yeah, she's the mother of Rosa, and I really don't know anything else. Karja. He is an interesting, he was like kind of a mysterious priest, and like, oh yeah, his max infinity, that, oh yeah, his village or whatever was like pillaged or burned and everyone died. Oh, how sad. Dawson, he's the drunk skunkard of Calf, and yeah, he's the reason he's drunk and then he dies. I don't particularly care. Enod is just a merchant that don't care. Gulliver she was like a Grigor form human, where but yeah, she just kind of wants to watch things, so whatever. Gulliver, same thing. He didn't even have a max infinity, so I have no idea what the fuck he did, all things considered. But yeah, Gunnard, he's fine. I don't particularly care. I find it surprising why he has his like max affinity V8 while the other people aren't, but yeah. Ilya, I didn't really care for the Ilya subplot. I think it was actually like brought down Karja just a bit. Not like just a bit, but I mean like when she was introduced and she was like explaining stuff like this and that, I just didn't really care for it at the moment because it's like I just don't care. Joel, right? Yeah, Joel stuff. Father, wife died because the other doctor didn't want to treat him because he saw it as competition, so his wife is dead. Boo-hoo. Sorry. Lux, the lighthouse dude, his wife also died. What a surprise! Clueless. Mandy, his girlfriend / wife also died. Oh no! Milietta, she's running away from her like royal family because she doesn't want to get married into stuff, which is like the most basic bare bone shit you could ever do. Monama, or Monami, I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. She's just the mother of Keith, and I really don't know what her story is. I'll be with you. Lenny, I really don't care for his story either. He's connected to Rosa with the end, but that's it. Jerome's the trading company card guy, where he's like, oh, profit, blah, blah. I don't care. And then Chatzel is like the child of like Lux and like his wife, and like she miraculously survived the bear attack, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, don't care. But yeah, that's it for that one, to say the least. Now I'm just gonna go in like my overall thoughts. This is less coherent, to say the least. This is more just like overall based on like how I have overall on the game, just because I want to talk about a bit. So yeah, and then come 10 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad. Clueless. I absolutely loved Adol. I think Adol was. Oh, they did my boy justice. They did my boy justice this time around. Oh my god, I absolutely like loved it all. Like I said, there's so many good moments, and this is obviously mainly between Adol and Karja, and I think this is how like you do it properly in my eyes. This is how you do a second MC properly. I'm fully invested in Adol and Karja's story. I want to see more. I want to see more of the interactions again. I love Karja being awkward. I love Karja being a berserker. Again, that was amazing. But then in doing so, for me at least, because I care so much about Adol and Karja, and I know they're putting focus on Adol and Karja's story, the other side characters on doing so sidelined for the most part. Like the whole like youth brigade basically isn't really too impactful for me, or they don't have as interesting as stories as Adol and Karja, because it's like, oh no, you know, like Grenn has like family issues, oh blah blah blah, Cruz has family issues, oh no, you know, like Cap has family issues, oh no, you know, like Mirabel has family, like oh no, like all the youth brigade members have like some sort of, you know, like family issue, and it's just like I genuinely like didn't care, that type of ordeal. And that's kind of like happened with like Krisha as well, when Phylleia like showed up. I didn't really like that subplot per se, because it's like, oh, they mention a lot of being in, you know, where Karja is now like, oh yeah, my mother, my mom, stuff like that. When it's just like, all beforehand, this was just like her own doing, or like her own like stance, and that's why I didn't really care for like the Phylleia subplot. And I would obviously prefer that Karja just stands alone, but again, Karja already had like very good standalone moments, so yeah, I think we're chilling on that. And then also like the first sequence, you know, that, you know, you instantly meeting Karja, I think that is such a fine breath, you know, that's so good. Where it's just like, I think they failed, and I'm mainly comparing this to Donna, obviously, where like they pretty much failed with the interactions between Donna and Adol, in my opinion, and where they succeeded in Karja and Adol, pretty much, where just like they, you know, right in the thick of things, amazing. I would say the OST, as usual, absolute banger. So many good songs that Nordics has. Absolute bangers. Gameplay wise, it's interesting with my opinions on gameplay wise. I never think the Wise games are too hard at the end of the day, because like you have frame 0 heal 4 heals, and for me personally, whenever you have like frame 0 4 heals, it's hard for me to like care about the combat, or like feel like satisfaction from the combat, because it's like, oh well, I literally have like, if I prepare correctly, I have like 5 frame 0 full heals, so I'm probably not gonna lose this fight, you know what I mean? So that's the problem I will have with like the YS series when it comes to that. But again, I think the new gameplay with the duo system, I sort of like it, don't get me wrong, I sort of like it, but I still like the skill aspect of it more. Well, no, I still, yeah. But the seafaring part, it was the seafaring part that I found interesting, which is like, I didn't particularly mind it, but I feel like I don't feel like they needed to add that gimmick per se, because for me, I think they've been refining the skill system that they've been using for like years now, and I think that system is like really good. Like, I really liked using Karja's skills, I really liked using Adol's skills, and I really liked using the duo mode skills, and I think that's like the bread and butter of like the current, you know, the new era of like the YS gameplay, you know, using skills, seeing what skills you like using, or seeing what skills are just absolutely broken, and just having fun with it, you know what I mean? And I think gameplay wise, we were definitely less on land than the usual YS titles. I'm perfectly fine with there being less boss sequence as well, because almost most of the boss sequence have, you know, like a somewhat unique or special, you know, like fight choreography or like a mini event, and I thought, yeah, I like that. And if we get less bosses because of that, I'm perfectly chill with that. And again, I think the antagonists were like really good this time around, or at least that we have antagonists this time around. Again, 2 out of the 3 antagonists, technically 4, technically, you know, 3 out of the 4 if you want to count Rollo as an antagonist. I think they were done so beautifully. They're like, oh yeah, this is either epic, hype, or these are like opponents I like want to at least clash with, or like see, or like defeat them. Not defeat them, but I want to clash with them. You know, I think, I want to clash with Ezer. I wanted to clash with like Logr. Well, I didn't want to clash with Logr, but I liked Logr. And then Rollo was obviously like the biggest. The ending, the final sequence, you know, with Karja, Lila, Rollo, and Adol, I think that was an amazing final sequence, you know, like this time around, you know, Lila, you fight for his side, and it's like, I absolutely loved it. That final sequence was just so hyped. It was so amazing. I loved every single second of it. I think the epilogue though was definitely a bit slow. All things considered, a bit more slower pace with, and I get it, it's like the epilogue, but I would have liked the goodbye to be better, is basically the simple answer of it. I wish Adol and Karja's goodbye was like done better. I think it's okay, but like I feel it's missing something, you know. And I'm gonna compare it to like Monstrum. Like, I enjoyed Monstrum's like goodbye or like epilogue / end and ending sequence, because it felt like, yeah, it felt right. But this one is just like, really, I wish they would have put more effort between like Adol and Karja's goodbye sequence, basically, because it's just like, come on, we've grown to love these 2 characters, at least I have. So I want their goodbye sequence to just be better, but unfortunately it wasn't, to say the least. But again, these are really minor gripes. YS Monstrum was a beautiful game. I loved it through and through, to say the least. It was so good. That's another thing. Another reason that some of these characters are brought down, at least the main like quote-unquote side cast is brought down, is because their max affinity isn't VA'd. And I find that so interesting, because, you know, in the previous YS titles, the max affinity events were VA'd. So it just felt interesting to me when it's like, huh. Another thing was like the YSK or YS Nordics, is that they put a little bit more emphasis on the whole, oh, they're just kids and blah 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 type of emphasis, which I don't particularly like, because it's just like, well, if these kids are proving that they are capable people, why are we even like mentioning this IMO? But yeah, I didn't particularly like that aspect of the whole, oh yeah, because you're just a ragtag book of tips. That's why I personally liked Monstrum more, because I didn't really focus too much on it. But if you told me which I like more, Monstrum or Nordics, I don't know. I'd probably still say Monstrum, all things considered, because I think the strength in Nordics is like the main cast. I think they do Adol and Karja absolutely justice. I think the story amazing, but the side characters in doing so aren't really like put too much importance. They're not like too like interesting or fun or like unique. They all just like have like pretty similar baggage or very similar like deaths, where just like it's not too like intriguing to me, to say the least. I'm not like too invested in the characters, so yeah, that's kind of just how it is. But yeah, there really isn't anything else I have to say. Yeah, that's it for this one. TLDR, the main cast and the main antagonists are really good, but in doing so, the side characters are not as important, or I don't care for them, because I only care about Karja and Adol, frankly. And everybody else is kind of just like not good, so unless they're super important, I don't particularly care. But overall, again, really, really fun game. I loved it. But yeah, that's it for this one. Yeah.